Defense attorney Barry Willis, in a flowery 90-minute summation, told the jury that the police arrested the wrong man, that Eugene Loving was out drinking and watching a movie at the time Mrs. Eggleston was killed, and further that he had no reason to brutally beat and strangle a woman he had known for 18 years. Willis disputed the prosecution's contention that the 90-year-old philanthropist was raped or robbed, and employing a Perry Mason-like tactic, suggested that the real murderer might have been Loving's friend, Ed Flanders, who was among those who testified last week. In his 10-minute summation, Commonwealth's attorney Joseph Campbell dismissed Willis's statement that there were 100 areas of reasonable doubt in the case, and argued that Loving's fingerprints on silverware taken from the victim's house and on the door of her bathroom was strong enough evidence to send the defendant to the electric chair. The jury began its deliberations at 1:15, emerging finally at 4:30 with a confusing verdict: guilty of capital murder because of the robbery and of first-degree murder because of the rape. Judge John Winston sent the jury back, telling them they had to choose one or the other. About 5 minutes later, they returned. Their verdict: guilty of capital murder. You talked to Gene Loving right after the verdict was read. What was his reaction to it?
Naturally, he was disappointed, but he maintains his innocence just as he's maintained it throughout this trial. And I've never worked harder on any case in my life. I've put in not 100, but literally hundreds of hours in behalf of this man. This is the third case that I have had that ultimately the man could be sentenced to the electric chair, and it's the only one I've had where I really feel that the jury may have convicted an innocent man.
Because Loving was convicted of capital murder, a separate hearing must be held to set his sentence. That hearing will be tomorrow morning at 9:30. Commonwealth's attorney Joseph Campbell says he will ask for the death sentence. Joel Rubin, Area 10 Eyewitness News, Norfolk.